This is God telling the children of Israel that I'm able to do the unthinkable. I'm able to do the unimaginable. I'm able to do that which is not ordinarily. This is not the way things are done. Honey does not come from the rock. Honey comes from bees. And bees are not in the rock because bees cannot dig into a rock. It's too hard. If he would have said what he spoke to Moses in Exodus 33, that there is a place in a rock where I will put you in a cleft, then I would agree that at that particular point he was telling Moses kwamba kuna pahali, kuna mwamba na kuna mwanya. But this one is not the cleft of the rock. It's a rock that doesn't have a cleft. Haina mwanya. But then he is saying that there is a place I will put you, Moses, there will be a cleft. This one does not have a cleft. So he's telling the children of Israel, I will do that which is undoable. Look at Psalms 86, verse number 8, 9, and 10. Quickly, please. Let's start preaching. 86, he says, all nations whom you have made will come and worship before you, O Lord, and they shall glorify your name. Start from verse number 8. I said 8, 9, and 10. 86, 8, 9, and 10. He says this, among the gods there is none like you, O Lord. Nor are there any works like your works. Then read, he says, all nations whom you have made, they will come, they will worship before you, O Lord, and they shall glorify your name. Look at verse number 10, beautiful. He says, for you are great and you do wondrous things. He says, because of your greatness and the wondrous things that you do, he says, you alone are God. God is telling the children of Israel, you're about to go through, you've been through the wilderness and you still are on your way to Canaan. But he tells them, if you would have listened unto me, if you would have hearkened unto me, I would have fed you with honey from the rock. In other words, we said in Swahili, kwamba Mungu anawaambia nitakamua mawe itoe asali. But now we know, ukikamua mawe itatoa vumbi. Haiwezi toa asali. Mawe ni mawe maana haina maji. A rock is a rock. Mwamba ni mwamba maana hauna maji. That is why umekauka unaitwa mwamba. But God is saying not just water which flows a little bit faster. I will produce honey. It's harder. Because for water we can say maybe there's a time this rock was somewhere where there was water na kuna maji iliingia pahali. But no, he's not talking about water. He's talking about the unthinkable. Talking about the God. Go to Job chapter number 9. Job chapter number 9. Start from verse number 4. He says in verse number 6, but let's start from here. He says, God is wise in heart. He is mighty in strength. Who has hardened himself against him and prospered? Keep reading quickly, please. He says that he removes the mountains. They do not even know when he overturns them in his anger. Verse number 6, he says, he shakes the earth out of its place and the pillars of the earth tremble. Keep reading. He says, he commands the sun. It does not shine. And he seals off even the light of the stars. Keep reading. He says, he alone spread, he himself, without anybody's help. He spreads the skies and he treads upon the waves of the sea. Keep reading. He says he made the bear, and these are the stars, the playmates, and the chambers of the south. Keep reading. Verse number 10, he says he does great things past finding out. He says yes, wonders without number. Read verse number 19, same chapter. He says, if it is a matter of strength, indeed he is strong. If it is a matter of justice, who will appoint my day in court? In other words, who can even stand before God and argue before God? I'm reading so many scriptures to tell you this. When God said that out of the rock he will produce honey, he was talking about his nature, that there is nothing impossible with him. Amen. That there is nothing impossible with him. Listen.